over to this screen. I'm going to turn some music on for you guys, and we're going to get started. Our heroes that you see before you are facing down Schult, the jungle continent beyond the Sword Coast, where a lot of bad things are happening, not the least of which being the fact that... Did that even load? No, it did not. Not the least of which being the fact that a large portion of the mainland is being afflicted by the death curse, and it's even worse in Schult. That is to say, people are inexplicably going sick and dying from a seeming magically originating wasting disease that is certainly afflicting those who have been magically resurrected more so than anyone else. The party has seen some new faces come and go because Schult is a dangerous place, but the party consists, as you see before you, of Kian Kindled Oath, the Goliath Druid, Sergeant Brickholderheck, the Flaming Fist Gunslinger Fighter / Artificer, the Paladin of the Raven Queen, Avenger Ceradeath Irithus, and Dr. Sue Lorelei of the Brotherhood of the Fountain of Life. They have found that Schult is suffering more than just this death curse, as there are many curses afflicting the jungle writ large, from an undead plague to monstrous thunder lizards and savage tribes to people who just really don't want them around, and now, for some reason, frost giants. The party were captured by these frost giants, and unfortunately, very nearly lost more than just their guide and one of their members, that is the mighty Shago and Congo Tazli. But they escaped the frost giants with their lives and a little bit of spoils besides, and took refuge in a sea cave along the coast near Kitcher's Inlet. There they met Kian for the first time and ran into River Misk and Flask of Wine, a pair of tabaxi guides who were escorting some humans through the jungle to the ruin of Mesro, not far off. The party has been taking stock of their situation when Kian arrived via canoe with the guide Eku in tow, who offered to take the true crown prince of the old kingdom, one Prince Na, back to the jungle and spirit him away to the mainland because he has no desire to rule. It should be noted that the prince and his elder aunt, Queen, quote-unquote, Moaxanare, are living with the Arakakra in Kir Sabal, wherein the party has left a great deal of their supplies before dealing with the frost giants, and where one of their guides, one Musharib, has been resting after being afflicted with the death curse himself. Are you confused yet? Good, because the end of the last episode saw the chicken come to the forefront, freaking out both Kian and his elemental companion, Vrek, with what the chicken actually is. Now, that was in the morning, I believe. If I'm incorrect, players, please tell me.
I think it was morning time when Kian arrived.
And you guys were discussing what to do in the sea cave. So I think we're going to pick it up there. I think we're going to pick it up near Kitcher's Inlet with Eku, River Misk, Flask of Wine, Na, the various humans, and the four of you. And for some reason, the music that I need to play is not playing, and it's really frustrating me. So I'm going to swap that out, and we're going to go down here to... Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Or not. It's just not going to play. Good. Going to play that time? Maybe. What would you guys like to do? What conversations would you like to have, and what would you like to do whilst, preparing for your next move? And I apologize, the music is not behaving.
It's playing on my end, but
is it?
Unfortunately, okay. That's not what matters.
Nope. Go on.
That's a good question as to what to do.
So, what has been discussed in previous episodes is the humans want to go to Mesro to figure out what happened to the Vanishing City. Na does not want to return to Kir Sabal, but if he does, he wants to be present for the blessing that you guys were going to get in exchange for the Black Orchid, so that you guys could fly around. so that he could get it and fly to the port. Eku has offered to take Na to the port in exchange for a favor that Kian has previously agreed to, and he has not discussed with you what that is. You found that horn from the Frost Giant's brick, and you gave it to Kian. You want to get back to there because of Musharib, and also Azaka and theoretically Artis are waiting for you in Aldani, which is also on the way to the heart of Ubtao, which you have learned that the Flaming Fist is mobilizing and moving in vaguely that direction. You're not entirely sure if that's where they're going or why, but you do know that they're moving, which means that Fort Beluarian is probably not occupied at the moment.
That's something I had not considered. Holy shit. That's an option there.
Currently, so all the guides and all the players are here. Well, minus Kian, who will be joining us later. But I mean, all the players in the sense of, like, there's nobody out of camp right now. Yeah, so whatever you guys want to do or talk about, now is the time.
So I think Brick is, like, contemplating all the information, and suddenly, like, he goes, wait a minute. If the fists are mobilized, like, saying this out loud to everyone.
Right.
The doctor will, like, look up.
What does that mean for Fort Beluarian?
You surely don't think they just left the entirety of Fort Beluarian alone, do you?
Make an insight check, Brick.
Let me open up my character sheet. Insight.
Would you like that one or that one?
Yeah.
They wouldn't mobilize everyone unless the fort needed to be evacuated. They would be wounded that need to be tended to. There's obviously valuables that need to be guarded, etc. But if the military unit was mobilizing, and that's the word that has been bandied about around you, they would certainly only leave what was required, a skeleton crew, if you will.
Yeah.
And those individuals would likely either be disciplinary, like, infringers, or less capable, because you want your best guys out in the field.
Yeah. They would have only left They might have only left a skeleton crew.
Fair. Why? Is there something at Fort Beluarian you want to take a look at?
Evidence.
Right. If we can search Porter's office without her being there, we might be able to find evidence of her working with pirates.
Evidence of any other wrongdoings as well.
Exactly.
Plus, if I can find her sending stone. Wait, no. Like, I mean, I got out of character. I got my information wrong. We took Porter's sending stone.
Yeah, you took Porter's sending stone.
It's the pirates who still have theirs.
Correct.
Yeah, that's how we found out she was working with pirates.
So now you wouldn't have said that. If I can find any other evidence of her wrongdoings, any of her plans.
All right. Let's say that you do. What does that do us? How does that change things?
Gives me leverage.
Over what? The way everyone's been talking, I think this Porter has all of the fists here in Schult under her control. They won't care what we present.
And it gives me a legitimate reason to act.
Did you not have one before already?
All I have so far are suspicions.
With the way that she treated your companions, from what I've been told?
Reprehensible, but not illegal.
Yeah.
True, but it gets down to Brick's character also.
What she did was awful, but it's not enough of a reason legally.
Sergeant, for what I've been told, at least at the moment, she is the legal system here. And if that's the case, arguably whatever you're doing is going to ultimately be illegal here.
Sorry, I'm thinking.
No worries.
Oh,
Yeah, no, that's valid.
Because Seradeth makes a good point.
Yeah, like, if I'm going too harsh, let me know. It's just that's something I've been thinking about.
You're good.
Huh. There's... I'm blanking. I think that means that Brick's lost in thought.
Okay.
After all, Sergeant, if we're breaking into her place, even if there's a legitimately good reason for it, that is against the law here.
Now that part, I have to respectfully disagree with.
Oh.
In the sense of, yes, it is against the law to break into Major Porter's personal affairs. Yes, that is technically true. However, the people who would enforce that law are either Porter herself, who already wants to kill Brick, you know this.
Yeah.
The trade princes, who are going to sooner side with Brick than Porter.
Yeah.
Or Grand Marshal Ulder Ravengard, who is the one who asked Brick to break in. I agree with the vast majority of your points, but that one I don't feel holds water.
My orders are to find evidence and then bring her to justice.
For the sake of the stream, I loaded up the guides that are with you currently: Echo, River, Mist, and Flask.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. Sergeant, I'm just saying, at this, to me, it strikes me at a point that what should drive your actions, you need to decide. Shall it be the legal system that you agreed to follow, or should it be in spirit instead?
Take inspiration, Cyrida.
I think that's the first time I got inspiration is Cyrodiil.
And you guys are, like, speaking openly to the whole group, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't imagine this being an off to the side or anything.
So I think Echo like has her eyes on Cyrodiil and she nods, whereas River is watching Brick.
I mean, that's the plan, isn't it? If I have to get my hands dirty to follow my orders, hands dirty to follow my orders, so be it.
Very well, Sergeant. Just make sure to keep that in mind. Because I'm sure sooner or later something is going to force you to have to make that choice.
I think Na is like sitting near the doctor. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I think Na's sitting near the doctor, who was probably near you guys to be part of the conversation, like occasionally pitching through Cromwell. And I think he looks up at that, and I think he says,
Are decisions like that not commonplace for the ruler?
Oh, that's definitely a Cyrodiil going like a pause of kind of moment. Like that caught Cyrodiil off guard. Just not asking that.
mm-hmm.
And here's the thing, that strikes a chord in Brick, like suddenly, like, that's the thing to think about, like, it's, like, Na has a point, not maybe in the sense of ruler, but leader.
Yeah.
Because a lot of Brick's aspirations I've modeled after, if anyone knows Full Metal Alchemist, Roy Mustang.
Mm.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit. Does this mean we're gonna find out Brick murdered a bunch of people in the past?
No, it's more like
you were there, homie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
no,
he's
I'm making
murdered
a joke. I'm making a very bad reference to.
Yes, we know.
Yeah.
And hence, you were there, homie.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Although to be fair, that was Azaka.
So yeah, like Brick's mindset is in order to best affect change, you have to be at the top. And like he doesn't have plans or anything to usurp Ravengard or anything, but the higher up he is, the more he can change the fists.
Right.
Are these not the qualities of a leader?
Gotta get the accent a little bit thicker for Na. Sorry about that.
Uh-huh. That's a very good point, Na.
Therefore, I believe the dame has a valid point. Do you intend to usurp your ideals to achieve your ends?
And it's like, it's not a rhetorical question. He's like, is that what you're gonna do? Like...
So that's an interesting question because Brick is kind of an idealist.
Mm. What's your alignment currently, by the way?
Lawful neutral.
Really? Okay.
Huh. Well, I'd rather not kill anyone if I can avoid it.
But you are not against subterfuge? Does the law account for subterfuge?
It's just another aspect of being a soldier. As is killing, to be fair.
A soldier, yes. But a commander? Is it not different when you are the one issuing the orders? It seems to be. Should you not be held to a higher standard?
I mean, that's also because you have people's lives in your hands.
And no one's lives are in your hand currently.
I think at that response, Cyrodiil gives Brick a bit of a pointed look, like, really? You know, like,
Yeah,
I guess it's kind of like
we got you.
I mean, what else am I supposed to do? It's either... There are three options here. I go directly after Porter without evidence. Justify murder based on suspicion. I go to Fort Belluarian while she's away. I justify the subterfuge to enact my orders the way that I'm meant to, or I stick with my ideals and let Porter win.
I do not know a great deal about leadership, Sergeant. It has always been Nara's forte. But it seems to me, if no options are favorable, you'll find one that is. Make one if you have to.
What? You expect me to capture Liara and get her to testify? Huh.
See how she likes being tied to a post.
If you are asking me my suggestion, nothing so extreme. If this Potter is as terrible as you say, you are certain that everyone beneath her is equally as terrible?
That's the thing, I'm not certain about that. I don't know how many of them are...
There is a chance, then, that her underlings are as diverse as your traveling companion, yes?
That's a point, but...
And it makes the most sense that those most loyal to her would be with her in the jungle, for it is fierce, and you need allies you can trust, yes?
Are you suggesting I just walk up to the fort and ask?
That is precisely what I am suggesting.
Like, Brick contemplates it for a bit.
What is the worst that happens? They attack you and you have a self-defense ruling.
In all fairness, that's not a bad idea.
I have seen you fight, and the doctor, and the dame. There is very little you are afraid of. A few soldiers? Not even empowered by a goddess?
Empowered by a god... Where did that come from?
The frost giant leader was praying.
You would have had a better view than I. I was stuck below deck, in a storage room most of the time. That's...
I do
What?
not know the words, but I
What,
am familiar with ritual.
what god or goddess would a frost giants even pray to?
a damn
could-
cold one.
Could the doctor roll to see if she might know it, or would that be disadvantage?
It would be disadvantage, but you can make the roll. Make a religion check. And the reason you have disadvantage is because Frost Giant Jarl shouldn't be a thing.
Exactly.
Not with that roll, unfortunately.
Dang. Oh well.
Brick's probably thinking about it, so he'll make a religion check too.
Doctor just kind of shrugs. Hmm.
Also, no. Anybody looking, by the way, can see that Crownswell was open to speak with dead on Na's lap.
Wait. What's Crownswell trying to tell us?
Na looks down.
Cranswell, I was reading that.
Crownswell's response, you were reading that.
Like, River looks at you, Brick, when Na chastises the book, like, what the hell?
Oh, did we not tell you that the book is intelligent?
No. The kid is smart.
Anyone who's interacted with him for more than 10 minutes can realize that.
She goes to say something else and then, like, recoils and, like, holds her head, and then you see her look over at Echo. And kind of, like, shakes her head, like, to clear it.
Uh-huh.
Na's looking pensive.
Cranswell, are you recommending that we kill the soldiers and then interrogate them?
Crownswell chooses violence, apparently.
Crownswell, like, flips some pages. And this one isn't, like, the title of this was not written in common. And I was, like peering at it. And he says,
Divine intervention? What is divine intervention?
Would it be inaccurate to describe divine intervention as when a deity literally when a deity intervenes in a situation?
yeah.
Divine intervention is defined as when, a deity intervenes with a situation, either to turn the tides towards its followers, or to turn it against its enemies.
Can a dead deity do that?
Opens mouth, closes mouth, fins twitch. Can they? Religion check.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was about to say, can Sarah do that as well?
You don't have to, Saradeath. You work for a dead goddess.
Fair enough. Doctor, yes.
Good.
Doctor, yes. You can indeed draw power from deities that we here would consider dead.
Head tilt. Interesting. Very interesting.
So is Crownswell saying the Frost Giant is worshipping a dead god?
Quite likely.
The pages rustle again and flutter, and it lands on, Na translates,
Corn of cold?
Well, yes, I'd assume it'd be an ice deity based on what she did, but...
Nah, I believe you mean Cone of Cold. I've heard that spell name muttered often.
That's what he said.
Oh, I heard you say con.
Nope.
Okay, well, that's me mishearing.
I don't particularly know much about the gods of this world. I never specialized in religion. I specialized in medicine for a reason, but I've heard all sorts of names cried out in pain. But I don't think I've ever heard of something that would be worshipped by the likes of a frost giant.
A dead ice god. I mean, that's definitely narrowed down, but still need references to
Fox.
figure out what that is.
Yes.
Is this something I need to make a check on whether a powerful artifact could be used to revive a god?
Definitely make a religion check, but I'll give you some information for free. An artifact, no. As we will see, with reviving dead gods, both in Tomb of Annihilation and the upcoming Sixth Emperor Draconis, it is not a matter of a powerful artifact. You need, like, a place of power and several artifacts and a powerful ritual.
Okay. Well, let's see how I do.
But it's not impossible. It's more likely to fail than succeed, but it's not impossible. And the main reason that it's going to fail is because Maestra doesn't have time for that shit.
Fair enough.
We beckon to the dead god, Maestra LMAO, no.
Does Cyrodiil relay that information?
Sorry, I'm just trying to think of how to word it.
Uh-huh.
It may be possible that this Jarl has some long-term plans with her god.
Okay.
For even the gods can be brought back.
That... Okay, with the narrowed down information, can I...
Make a religion check.
Yeah.
You still have disadvantage because most people haven't heard of her.
Uh-huh.
Do you want Bardic Brick?
Yeah, actually.
I can give you guidance too.
Alright.
Yeah, do so.
Should Brick be the one to roll it or me?
You. Okay.
Damn.
So, you got a Goblin 9. Make that a Goblin 12.
Yeah.
I think that's enough. It's not like you're looking for, like, somebody that's not in the Pantheon, right? It's not like you're looking for, like, Zeus. Right? Yeah, I think 12 is enough. You could be like, oh, wait, that sounds like the Frost Maiden. There's a minor deity worshipped in the Icewind Dale.
So I think, like, there's a moment of realization. Brick's eyes widen, and he just mutters, Oil.
Would the doctor recognize that name at all, or no?
Nope. Well, if you're from Neverwinter, maybe.
That's vaguely familiar. What is that exactly? Frost god, I assume, but what's...
I'm afraid you might have to enlighten me.
Rather... I could best describe her as the embodiment of winter.
Well, with what we saw of the Frost Giants, I wouldn't be too far of a reach.
From what I've read, she's not nice.
I mean, she's nice. She's a goddess of beauty. Technically.
You can be a goddess of beauty and still be a raging bitch.
True. It's not so much that she's a raging bitch as it is she's selfish.
Uh-huh.
Vain is another good way to say it.
Yeah.
Very half-blood Priscilla.
I mean, again, that's kind of gods in general, really. It's not that they necessarily hate mortals.
Not necessarily. Lathander is kind of a good dude across the board.
Well, I was referring to, like, gods as in, like, general mythology. I don't know enough about D&D to know it's gods fully.
And, what's his name? Corellian isn't that bad. Moradin isn't that bad. Gond is silly. Like...
Uh-huh.
But, on the other side of the coin, you've got the likes of, like, Baal.
Yeah.
And Baphomet.
And Grumsh.
And Grumsh. And if you want to go into the good side of the spectrum and still giant asshole, Helm. Like...
Yeah.
Fair
It's
enough.
technically, like, lawful good, I believe.
Yeah, Helm Tormenteer, I think they're all lawful good, and they're all bastards.
Uh-huh.
Wolf.
Fair enough.
I mean, hell, the Raven Queen is, like, true neutral, and she's kind of a bitch.
Yeah.
Alright, fair enough.
If you fall into the neutral category, it's kind of expected that you'll do what you want, even if it makes you come off as a bit of a bitch.
Yeah, a little bit. Anyway, go ahead.
Is that why they want the Ring of Winter?
I think River says the ring of fucking what?
Ring of fucking what?
The ring of all of our fucking deaths that they find it.
I feel like the doctor goes, have we not been over this? I thought we caught everyone up to speed.
I assumed by bringing them up to speed, you gave them the necessary information.
Fair enough.
So River says, I may not understand the whole saving the world thing, but I understand loot. I understand expensive things. I understand magic treasure. The more simple something's name is, the older it is. And the older it is, the more powerful it is.
Very accurate.
It's a good rule to follow.
So, if you find, for example, a wand, and it's simply called Torch, take it to Prince Otamu and live like a king for the rest of your life. There's something called the Ring of Winter. It's probably not great.
From what we understand, if the Frost Giants get their hands on it, there's a good chance we'll all be dead within 5 years.
Alright, next question. You're talking like you know where it is.
We know who has it.
I don't know where it is at the exact moment. We know who had it last.
Well,
And
I don't know if you'll believe us if I say this name.
what are you going to say, Mordenkainen?
Artis Simber?
He's dead.
No. At least, last we saw him, he wasn't.
apparently the ring keeps him ageless.
Well, where is he?
I think Cyrda just points off in the jungle. Like, just points.
So we're supposed to meet up with him in Aldani if he's still alive.
We're close to Mesro. He's supposed to be from Mesro. Think we'll run into him?
Shrugs.
Right.
It's close enough to check. Flask, go check! Flask, like, looks up from the bananas that he's eating, looks at River. Take them with you, go! We're heading that way this afternoon anyway. Well, gets up, picks up the big, like, ring of bananas, starts walking out of the cave.
Oh,
Well,
no, just I suppose if it's close, it wouldn't hurt to look.
it's not like these frost giants can kill him, right? You just said he's immortal.
He's not immortal.
I said he
He's
was ageless.
Trust me, I have discovered there is a very big difference between these two things.
Right. So what's the plan exactly? Soldier? Sergeant? Whatever you are? Am I taking you to kill Sabal, or...
The sooner we get things on the road, the better. But also,
We run into this unplanned, we're either going to get killed or get someone else killed. I was going through my things. I have healing supplies still, but I'm down to my last full kit in the haversack. If we're going up against the Fist or trying to outpace them, we may want more healing, but that would require us going back to port.
Echo, who I still cannot do the voice of, says, if I take the boy back to port, I can do some shopping for you and send it forward wherever you need.
Looks over to her. Will it be able to get out there before we get there, or...?
Just very calmly, she says, it depends on where you go.
We're planning on heading to Aldani.
She says, straight from here?
Not straight from here.
Out of character, I'm trying to remember exactly what was mentioned about the jungle, because I'm wondering if Camp Righteous was mentioned, because I know that's on the way.
Yes, you were told, when you originally heard this information about they were moving, it said that Porter was hitting the camps along the way and bringing the soldiers.
Yeah, okay. I would say... if we head straight to Aldani, we'd get there before any supplies, but we'd also get there before Porter.
We also need to get Mushari from Kirsabal, though.
Aye.
We also need to figure out what we're going to tell the teacher and the... I'm trying to remember her name. Waxanare?
Waxanare. You could not refer to her as Nare.
We need to think about what we're going to tell Nare and the teacher if Na doesn't come with us. If Na doesn't come with us, what do we tell them?
That you do not know where I am.
Fair enough.
Simple lies are the most effective.
It is not a lie. You do not know where I am at that moment. If I am not with you.
Well, I suppose you're technically correct. The best kind of correct.
Now, like, pulls out a quill and, like, turns to the back of Crownswell.
The best kind of correct.
Oh God, you're corrupting this innocent child, Brick.
This child is no longer innocent. He has watched us kill people and has watched us come back from the jungle half dead ourselves.
Don't mind me as I just put a quarter in the Simpsons reference jar.
Well, I mean, that's also from... although, oh wait, yeah. Futurama did after. Never mind.
I had a mental image of you reaching over and putting a coin in the jar, and behind it there's a sign that says days since Velociraptor attack, and it just says 0.
I mean, it's Cholt.
So River prompts again. So what are we doing?
They point to, I'm so terrible with names. We have so many names going on right now.
We do.
The guide lady,
Echo.
points to Eku and Na. They're going back to port. She's going to take him. We're going to Kirsabal to get the wings of their people and going to head to Aldani. Correct, Sergeant?
I think so. I think.
So you're not going to the fort?
That's what I was gonna say. Unless we want to make a detour.
And you're not going to Mesro?
As much as I'd like to, I don't know if we have time.
It's just across the river, and then up the bank a bit on the way to Kirzabal.
Hmm.
You can see it from the river.
Well, a small detour couldn't hurt.
I'll be right back.
There's not much to see anyway. I'm just not comfortable leaving these humans alone.
Simba said something interesting about Mesro. He said it would be coming back.
Did he say when?
No, I don't even think even he knew.
Ah. Typical of the locals. River and Echo glare at him.
All right. Slight detour to Mesro. Kirsabal. Depending on how long the flight lasts, I'd like to make a trip to the fort. We could make our way to the port along the way, and then try to cut off Porter before she reaches the heart.
You can't really get to Aldani from where you are anyway. Aldani is up the river Tyriki.
I mean, yeah,
You can't. You have to cut across the jungle.
Yeah, cut across. Who God knows what's out there.
Bad is the answer.
Yeah.
You would technically be behind Porter, but you could go up the coast, circle, hit Fort Belouarian, hit the port, go up the river Tyriki, and just try to hurry. I'm just saying it's an option.
Uh-huh. If we could get the flight, our options become wider. And our time frame becomes wider as well. Depending on how long we take in Mesro and Kirsabal.
This is all providing that nothing else happens, which, I mean, come on.
Who knows what complications may arise during
I
all
know.
this.
I know a few, anyway.
That was in character.
I know.
It doesn't seem like a bad idea. What do you think, Doctor?
Tibbs.
Oh no, she said she'd get up, sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
She's so instead he'll direct that question to Cyrodiil.
Okay, can you repeat slightly because you did break up towards the end?
What do you think about the plan of hitting up Mesro, detouring there, getting back on track to Kirsabal to get Moshreb and potentially the flight, and then heading to the fort to see if we can acquire evidence of Porter's wrongdoings, hit the port to resupply, and then make our way to Aldani?
Well, it seems like that can work, Sergeant. But we must be careful because if Porter returns to the fort, odds are good she knows what she's after. She knows where it is. Sorry, I phrased that really bad, but my point was basically if Porter's back there, that's probably really bad news for us in general. Basically, is what I'm getting at.
But recent news is that they've mobilized. You know how long it takes to traverse this Dun jungle. Think of how long it will take a military unit. That's... A smaller group can travel faster.
True, Sergeant. Very true. Sorry if I sound a little weird there. Something got in my eye.
You're fine. So what's the play, players?
I'm in agreement with Vader, well, Brick / Vader. I think that might be our best bet, especially since Moldani is right next to us, effectively speaking.
You mean Mesro?
Or oh, I keep messing up names.
That's okay, so do I.
Yeah, Mr. Runyak and Erethyr.
I meant names of places in Schult, but yes.
I mean, to be fair, the names are easy to mix up. The names in Chult, I mean, I don't get how you mix up Brunyak and Erethyr.
I don't either. I don't have the slightest clue.
I'm back, sorry.
Welcome back. You good?
Yeah.
We were just discussing the plan of action. It sounds like we're gonna detour to Mesro, and then go to Kirsabal, get Moshrib and potentially the Power of Flight. Fly to the fort, or follow the coast to the fort to gather evidence, hit the port to resupply, and then book it to Aldani.
I think that's too much time. I don't think you can go all the way to Kirsabal. That is 5 days plus.
Yeah.
To get to Kirsabal. Like, I misunderstood. I didn't realize you were going to try to do everything. I don't think that's possible.
Hmm.
Going to Mesro, fine. You can go either place to Mesro. But, like, if you go to Kirsabal and you fuck around in Kirsabal, and let's say you don't get to fly out, right?
Uh-huh.
It's 5 to 8 days to get back to the coast, flat.
Yeah. So we're looking at
That's
a 10-day or more.
Yeah.
Just to trek out to Kirsabal and back.
Minus fucking around or anything else happening.
Uh-huh. Well... So what's our priorities then? Honestly, here's the thing. Like, there's sort of a rift between Brick's decisions between Mosharib at Kirsabal and his duty at the fort.
Yeah. Also, hi, Gamzelis.
Hello.
Your mic's a
Sorry
little
about
bored.
the wait.
No worries. Welcome back.
How's that?
Good. Much better.
Lucky booze has been found, apparently.
And no one has context for what you just said.
I mean, is that such a bad thing?
Yes? Anyway.
Aw.
I said, if you don't know what monkey booze is, you clearly don't know enough about the jungle.
That is fair. That is very fair. But also, like, before anybody gets upset, monkey booze is an actual thing. Wild monkeys will put fruit in wet but out of the way places and let it ferment and then eat it for a buzz. This is a thing. Also, foxes will eat poisonous mushrooms. Anyway, as the party is discussing, Kyan, do you wanna come out of the jungle?
Yes.
Cool. So you see everybody sitting around, just chilling in camp, minus Flask of Wine, who
Probably
is
looking over their map.
conspicuously absent. Yeah, I'm probably looking over a map. Do you have like a like a tree trunk that you're carrying around with weird, vaguely poisonous mush in it?
Probably.
Nice. So you guys see the Goliath come out of the jungle carrying a tree trunk.
All right.
Hi, John.
Good news. I think I found monkey booze.
What?
Okay, so on our trip here, Eku was teaching me a bit about the jungle, little tidbits here and there, stuff I'd probably need. And I said, I'm assuming that alcohol is rather scarce in the jungle. And they said, you'd be surprised. Some monkeys and apes and such will sometimes put fruit into trees, wet out of the way trees, and let it ferment, and it kind of gets alcohol-y. And I think I found some.
River Mist just goes, that's a tree.
He like gestures to the hole.
Right, but
And she looks at Brick. The Chultan word for Outlander is carrying a tree.
What's wrong with that?
That's
That seems rather excessive.
your ideas of common sense may differ greatly from a Goliath's.
I mean, they're a cat person. I'm a Goliath. I'm from halfway across the world and know literally nothing about them. And they probably know almost nothing about me.
I know you're carrying a tree.
They know I'm carrying a tree. I know they're a cat person. We're pretty much on the same wave of how much we know about each other.
Question from the cat person.
Yes,
How are you carrying a tree?
I picked it up.
I-
We Goliaths are built different. We're more suited towards heavy lifting and, well, great labors.
That's a tree, though. It's a tree.
Yes.
I-
Taking the entire tree makes it easier to move more. Taking the entire tree makes it easier to move more of the monkey booze, meaning I can lose less, meaning I can bring back more.
Echo has just walked over at this point and produced a tin cup and used the base of the tin cup to push the solids down and then skim off the top. And she just like raises it to you, takes a sip, and walks away again. And Ripper's like,
Eck,
You want some or not?
I mean, obviously, but like,
He's gonna walk closer to the, set it down, and
Set
like,
it-
well, get some.
like you set it down, everybody pops off the ground a little bit.
You know what? I could use some booze.
I've only got one gourd of Tej left, and I don't want to touch that for a while.
For
Did I?
what we're planning ahead. What drink could do to calm my nerves a bit?
Well, drink up, little father.
You were going to say something, Sims?
I think the doctor like kind of sniffs it. How does that go over?
It is unsanitary, poorly fermented mixed rotten fruit.
Kind of pulls back. Her fins kind of drop down. Ugh. I think I'm good.
Yeah, it doesn't smell very good, but I think he like pulls a small bowl out of his pack and does what Eku did
Mm-hmm.
and takes a sip.
Doesn't taste
It's
very good
really-
either.
Yeah,
But it's not bad.
It's more like I think
Take inspiration, cat.
Listen, I know how to play my Goliaths.
Yeah, you do.
Let me tell you, I've had worse.
it's rotting fruit from a tree in the middle of nowhere. How have you had worse?
Alright,
I don't think that's a question we want the answer to, Doctor.
no,
some
no,
of the-
I absolutely want to hear this.
sometimes the young get a little ambitious. They get a little ambitious for their britches, and well, sufficient to say, I've tried what we will delicately called spiked milk.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, not very good.
I was gonna go with
How are you still breathing?
fermented pine resin, but spiked milk is worse.
We've had spiked milk, fermented pine resin. Someone once tried to use deer yak sweat. I didn't try that. That just sounded like a bad idea.
This all sounds like terrible ideas. What in the ever-loving hell?
Sometimes we run out of liquor because good mead just doesn't, they don't have a very good harvest sometimes.
How are you still breathing?
I'm
I
from
believe he just said they are built differently.
No.
that coming
Stout.
from Nah. It's so
The people of the north are stouter folk, aren't they?
Oh, certainly. We have to be. Why do you think I call your friend there soft? He gestures to that one human from before.
Fair enough.
I think he makes a rude gesture, and he says something. It's probably in common, and I think it just says, "This coming from a man who wanders out of the jungle carrying a fermented tree."
Quiet nerd. I can speak to spirits. And he just smiles at the guy.
I was an adequate linguist for your mother. Thank you very much.
Ooh. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. You earned yourself you earned yourself a drink of monkey booze if you want it.
I'll stick with boiled water, thank you.
Oh,
Kind of makes me think of anesthetic, but so much worse. I should probably get anesthetic.
Right.
oh.
He pulls his little book out. So, I've got my notes figured out from a conversation from before, Sergeant. A question I have, if you're part of the Fist, why don't we have any support from them right now? Where are they?
That's a long story and one we were just talking about.
Yeah, I was told we could find allies in them, but
No. Not
Not
yet.
here, at least.
Perhaps back in Baldur's Gate, yes, but here...
so the butler lied to me?
he probably doesn't know. Wait. Sylvain's butler, he's still here.
Yeah, he's in the bar. Thundering lizard?
Nods. Lady Sylvain is probably still there, too.
Well, no, Lady Sylvain's probably still at her mansion.
No,
I think, no?
She came with us.
Along?
she came
Okay.
with you. Yeah, she's in Wakonga's mansion.
Ah, okay.
Let me tell you, that guy is old. I'm honestly impressed, because as far as humans go, I don't think I've ever seen one that looked as old as he did.
Well, anyways,
Right.
let's say... if... I'm trying to think of how to word this.
Mm-hmm. What are you trying to say?
So I've almost got it. Just one sec.
Okay.
Let's just say the rotten scraps of the barrel that is the Fists found their way up top here in Chult.
Oh, shit. You know, bluntly, little father, he pulls out the horn. I've got a debt. You tell me what to fight, I'll fight.
Give me 1 second.
River says, "You mean the fist? The way you described it, you're just describing the fist."
They're not all like that.
Yeah, name one.
Grand Duke Older Ravengard.
You
I
sure?
can name you another. I can name you another.
The doctor points to Brick.
Yeah, Khan like gestures. His name is Holderhack. Did I say that right?
I'll give you that one. But
Just Brick will do.
princes, grand dukes, whatever, they're all the same. That is to say, terrible. I told you this in the port, Sergeant. There's no reason to get into a fight about it again. But for the sake of him, yeah, they're all the same. They're terrible.
I won't.
Listen, my opinion of organized militias isn't very high to begin with. The Youth Guard are a real good example of that. But, I mean, so far, Holderheck's done me no wrong. Brick's done me no wrong. And I've not met a bad member of his organization yet.
I mean, he got my cousin killed.
Who was your cousin?
Scratch face of a gold coin.
Oh. That was that companion you guys were telling me about, wasn't it?
What could we have done?
I think, like, the translation is cousin, but I think she literally says Ohana.
Aw.
Uh-huh.
I tried all I could, but gods, it was 2 whites.
And 3 whites make a left. Scratch is still dead.
Do I know what a white is?
Yes, you do.
Sorry, a white got him?
Yep, we've had to deal with them a couple times here.
So was he even affected by the curse of the land?
Well, that's what we presumed at first, but
Where's his
it
body?
might.
You didn't bury it, did you?
What I understand, Azafka and Shago burned it.
Smart. For that matter, where's Shago's body?
There was. There was no feasible way to retrieve it. Oh no. As realization comes upon Brick.
The doctor lets out this, like, low, kind of gurgling noise from, like, deep within her chest, and then immediately kind of just lightly smacks herself across the face.
And that wasn't too far away from here, was it?
No.
We should move.
Yes, move. That's a good idea.
The doctor's already grabbing her things and getting ready to go. She's going to take care of this, or do whatever.
Give me a direction.
Why?
Give me a direction.
To avoid or to go?
To go.
We're going that way.
Points.
Yeah, she
That's
points.
what. That's where the. He like points to Brick and all them. That's where the thing happened. With this Shago.
Which way is River pointing?
River pointed north-ish, like towards the coast.
Where we came from, or
No,
did
you
we
came from south.
Yeah. No, it's
That's away.
we're going away.
Oh. Is Vrek around? Because I knew they went flying off.
No, he came back, and then he got that... Oh, no, you're right, he fucked off because of the chicken.
Uh-huh.
So no, he's not around. Unless you called him.
I think, like, realizing he's not around, I'm gonna try calling him.
Yeah. He'll come when you call if he's able to. And he's able to, so he'll be along. So as you guys are, like, picking up your stuff and getting ready to move, and the humans are very confused, Eku says, like... Not to linger here. I can't do the voice. What am I doing with the boy?
I think you should take him back to the port.
Take him to port. Get him on a
Get him on a ship called the Elven U. They
Yeah,
owe
but
us a
is-
favor. Mention the name Brick.
She nods. And the supplies?
Do any of us have parchment? I have a bit of a list I need to write out.
I have a list, Doctor.
There's,
The doctor looks over to him.
And he's just like, he like packed up his things. He's holding Groundswell.
we don't have enough time for both Musharib and the fort.
Then I say we get Musharib somewhere safe. And then we go.
I mean, Musharib is somewhere safe. Kirsabal.
Yeah.
Why do we have to go to this Kirsabal place so badly?
The
Talk and move.
yeah,
Yeah.
the moving
Yeah.
and talking.
Yep.
The locals there have a ritual that they offered us, but they needed a reagent. It should give us temporary power of flight.
Oh, that's good. Where are we going with it?
Well, now that's the thing, isn't it?
And for that matter, what is the reagent they needed?
We do not technically have it.
Well,
Then why are we going back if we... What?
Because we
Yeah.
have the means to get it.
we have the seeds.
Oh. Okay. We have seats. I can work with that.
Eku is leading Na to the canoe that's parked nearby, unless somebody stops her.
The doctor probably looks at Na. He's going to Blackstaff, right? That's what we decided.
He's going to Waterdeep. That's what you discussed.
I think the doctor just gives Na the general stay safe, have fun, etc. She probably gives him a bit of a hug.
Yeah.
I'm curious if Brick has ever been to Waterdeep, like on tour or anything.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Simply by virtue of the fact that Waterdavians do not like the Fist. The Order of the Gauntlet has a presence there, but the offshoot, the Flaming Fist, is not treated kindly in Waterdeep, mostly because of rivalry.
Yeah, okay.
Rivalry and the general diversity of population.
Yep.
Whereas Baldur's Gate is very humanocentric.
Yes.
Unless you're looking at the outer city.
Yeah.
In Waterdeep, you can find a dwarf, a gnome, a human, and maybe an elf or two living all on the same road.
In Waterdeep, you could see a tiefling walking around without a hood.
I mean, yeah.
That's not a
Yeah.
thing in Baldur's Gate. That's how you get dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fair. Fair.
I just realized something, and I think before Nog goes, the doctor pulls the coin purse off of her, and she hands Na. I'm trying to do the math in my head of what a good amount would be. Because
I mean,
the doctor.
if you go to give Na money, Eku stops you. Very very gently, just puts a hand over your hand holding the coin purse, and she leans over, and you think she's whispering to you, but she's not. She's communicating telepathically. But she says, Azaka has left a considerable sum in your name. It's fine.
All right, make sure he has enough to get him somewhere safe and somewhere safe to stay. Thank you so much for taking Na to the port.
Where am I sending the supplies?
Looks over to the sergeant. Aldani or Kirsabal. Or the fort, even. Where are we going? I'm sorry, my dog's barking. I'm gonna go scream
Yes,
at
it
him.
is.
I'd say... we don't have enough time. If only there were more of it.
I mean, there are ways to get time. They're not guaranteed, but... well... sometimes you do the right favor, you get a little bit of time. At least,
Well-
yeah. That's what a couple myths I've heard have said.
If there were a way to stop Porter for a while, but I don't think that's possible.
You wanna stop Porter for a while.
I need... If I'm going to make a thorough investigation and keep my promise to Musharib and his son, I need more time.
I don't know what spells I should have automatically prepared.
Well, you don't at this juncture have a way to get more time, Brick, so where's Echo sending the supplies?
God, I kinda... Having to make this decision sucks.
Yep. If it were me, and all I can do is say what I would do in your position, I can't guide you as the GM.
Uh-huh.
If it were me, I'd take the pragmatic option and start going after Porter.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Because Musharib is safe in Kirsabal.
For now.
Musharib is safe and you guys aren't suspects.
That's a good point, actually. Honestly. We might want to head to the fort. Bypass Kirsabal altogether. Musharib's safe for now. He has... I mean, I'm sure there'll be labor for him, but... If... You can come back for him. How time works against us right now is against Porter.
So you're saying we go straight to Albany then, Sergeant? Or to the fort and then to Albany?
Are you willing to come back to the fort with me?
So,
after what happened?
Echo says, at the point of the cape, there's a small building. Do you know it?
By any chance is it a small hut?
She nods.
That was our acquaintance Z's home, I imagine.
There will be supplies there by the time you get there.
Thank you. And thank you even more so for taking Nas to the port safely.
So she loads Na into the canoe and starts to sail away into the surf.
The doctor's like waving until she can't anymore.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit later, the bird flies back into view, and he alights on Kyan's shoulder. And Kyan, you hear, "You'll never believe this."
I may.
There's another cat.
Okay.
And it's running this way very quickly.
That you're kidding me. How far behind it was? How far behind you was it?
About an hour?
About an hour, huh? We able to get a good look at what it looks like?
That one.
That. Which one is it? Like, is he implying towards? I guess.
Well, there's only one cat with you currently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there are another. Flask, was it?
My brother's fast.
Your river mist.
She nods.
Sorry, new naming convention. Had difficulty remembering names. Your brother. Which way did he go?
Just got out Mesro, why?
Like, he like looks at Looks at Vrek. Which way were they running from?
Vrek nods, like, up the river.
That way?
Vrek nods again.
And then he looks to River Mist. That about right?
More or less, why?
Well, he's on his way back, I guess.
What? Already? You couldn't have made it to Mesro in that time.
Little brother just told me that that he saw a cat person running this way.
Running?
That they looked like you.
From what?
You see anything chasing them?
Vrek says, didn't appear to be.
Says it didn't look like there was anything. And I'd trust him a little bit more than, well, probably you would.
Should we rendezvous?
Let's get moving.
Aye.
So we crossfade further into the jungle, further up the river. The roar of the ocean has faded away, and you guys are standing around an out-of-breath flask of wine, who's like holding both of his legs, both of his knees, and trying to catch his breath. It's not really working.
Does he look injured at all?
He does not appear to be injured. No.
Then the doctor's just gonna let him catch his breath as best he can.
I think John's got the shield and axe out, watching where he came from.
Yeah, totally. So you're watching where it came from, and eventually he starts kind of half muttering in Tabaxi. And I'm assuming none of you speak that.
Nope.
Nope.
The main group, like the doctor and Brick, should have a very basic understanding from scratch.
Yeah, but that's not gonna help here, unfortunately.
Fair enough.
So, but you can see River's reaction, which is over time getting more disturbed. And when Flask stops talking, River is like looking thoughtful. She's not going to say anything until somebody prompts her.
What's wrong? What's happening?
She starts a little and she says,
Apparently something's happened in Mesro.
What is it?
What?
it's not back before you get excited. She's looking at the humans.
But it looks like there was... Flask said a blizzard?
A blizzard?
Oh no.
Any signs of it? There were no signs of life over there that you could see from where you got to.
A couple of dead thunder lizards.
Oh no.
Little brother, do you mind?
Not at all. Just point me in the direction.
He like raises his arm out. Point me where?
Yeah, River like points in a direction and Vrek flies off.
They're going to go off, take another look, take a better look, because I'm assuming as soon as you saw that, you came back, which is appreciated.
Flask is nodding.
My little brother is going to go, and he's going to investigate. He's likely going to stay from a good height, make sure nothing can spot him. Or at least nothing can reach him easily, I should say.
Flask says, in common, he says, trail through the jungle.
Trail through the... Big trail, I'm assuming?
Nods.
Got an idea of the general width?
What direction?
North.
North. What's north?
The doctor will kind of like gesture to Brick to take a look at the map.
Yeah. So, let me bring it up.
Time to play the Crown of Fang Crew's favorite game. Load, rows, tiles.
Yes.
Also known as Where the fuck am I?
No, that's just Chilton General. You wake up, you look around, where the fuck am I?
So,
Robin Williams, what year is it?
so if you guys are loaded in, you're basically standing about here.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You can't see Mesro from where you are, but it's not too terribly far. And then, so Mesro is there for you guys, and then north is this way.
There's Fort Beluary and there's Port Nanzaru that way. Oh
You
no.
went north. If they went north, what could they... They wouldn't be so bold as to go for the port. It's too early for something like that.
I feel like I might have missed something.
Hmm?
What's heading north?
It looks like
There's a trail through the jungle from Mesro.
That looks like a
Okay.
blizzard. And when there's blizzards in Shuld.
Oh,
so
okay, I didn't catch the blizzard part. Alright, that...
No worries.
Yeah. They couldn't have gotten the ring, could they?
I imagine we'd all be frozen to death if they had.
If they had gotten their hands on that ring, from what you were telling me, by now, we'd be in the depths of a winter. No.
Yeah, right.
Whoever has it, Simba has it, right?
Last we were aware.
Are they chasing him?
If they are chasing, if they did... They were dead thunder... You said dead thunder lizards?
Flats nods.
Dead thunder lizards. Big trail going up north.
You can tell how they died.
Probably from the cold. They don't get that here.
Possible, but
Until little brother comes back, I have an idea, but it's safer to have information and then present than otherwise.
So we just wait here by the river?
No, we can keep moving. Little brother will know where I am.
Yes.
I'm not inclined to go closer to Mesro if there's danger.
Well,
From
I'm
what I've-
inclined to find out what happened.
All due respect, isn't this whole fucking country just danger?
Yes, you don't live as long as we have by jumping headlong into it. Either way, we need to cross the river. I'll grant you, Kirsabal is on this side, but Mesro's on that side. And it starts to climb very soon.
I can swim and I can help anyone who might not be able to across.
Northman, you're strong. Make a raft.
You want me to I mean, I can, but... Won't be pretty, I don't have a lot of supplies.
Gestures at the jungle.
Okay, fair. I don't have a lot of processed supplies. I don't have any nails. You can give me, if you can give me tools, I'll see what I can do for you.
Alright, and I think I have woodcarver's tools on me.
Yeah, I think you do
Hold on.
too.
Yep. I don't even need to use my right tool for the job feature.
Alright. Gonna grab his hat, his hand axe.
Yeah,
Go at a tree.
Make a survival check with your dexterity.
Survival check with my dex. Okay. My dex is lower than my whiz. That's unfortunate.
I mean, I could have said strength and made an argument for it.
That's fair. Give me a sec. I'm putting it in.
Okay.
Do I carry my proficiency?
Yes. If you have proficiency in survival, yes. Okay. Not bad. So roll 2d4 and take the higher. Okay. So you will be able to make a passable raft, and by a passable raft, I mean like 3 tree trunks lashed together.
Right.
But it's gonna take you 2 hours.
I mean, could have been worse. Could have been worse.
Could have been worse. After about an hour, Vrek comes back. So you like stop what you're doing. Vrek comes back. He alights nearby you, and he says, "You're not going to believe this, Kyan.
You've said that 3 times, and all 3 times you have blown my expectations. I'm just gonna believe you.
There's some ruins in that direction. Big, multiple buildings, multiple villages, even. But they are as tuned to the jungle as the spirits that we've seen. In fact, I can see the ruins clearly.
Really?
But it's also as if it's a sheet someone has thrown over the ruins, so that they look like ruins. It's like they're covered in a cloth of themselves. It's quite strange.
Like someone's trying to hide something?
I suppose that's a decent way to explain it. But there's more.
I'm listening.
There's bonfires, or the remains of bonfires, scattered all over the ruins. Dozens of them. They're all not only burned out, destroyed, flattened. But you can tell where a bonfire was. There's 2 dead dragons, and if I didn't know any better, I would say stone dwarf artifacts ruined.
Really?
And everything is frozen. Near one of the dragons, there's a corpse of a winter wolf. But that's the only evidence I've seen.
What did the jungle and the surrounding area look like? Look like a path was tore up?
Both to and from, coming from the south and continuing north.
Right.
Whatever it is, it's not trying to be subtle. If I didn't know any better, I'd say it was a frost giant.
It may well be, little brother. He looks to the others. Remind me, which way are we going?
From the sound of it, we were originally going to Mesro, but from the sound of it, the frost giants have torn through there.
You can't hear the bird.
But still, we were told about the blizzard.
Fair.
But from the sound of it and what we've experienced, it sounds like the frost giants went through there. That blizzard-like description is what we've come to recognize with the frost giants. When you find large patches of snow in a jungle, it's not unlikely you'll find them far behind.
I mean, unless a white dragon came to come nest here in Schultz.
What little brother just told me is, well, looked like a city attuned with the jungle. He's like looking at Vrek to correct him if he says something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
There were signs of, well, pathing from the south and heading north. Looked like a winter bullshit land. Winter wolf was the only sign he could find of evidence of giants. And there were 2 dragons dead.
Wait, what?
What kind?
Little brother?
Not like any dragon I've seen before. They had prismatic hides. They seemed bottom-heavy. The lower legs much larger than their upper ones, and their wings had been torn off.
Talk about brutal. From what little brothers just said. They were looked almost. They looked prismatic in flesh. Looked like they had their wings tore off. Real bottom heavy. Must have been launch flyers.
Prismatic?
Oily, rainbowy.
I know the meaning of the word.
I'm just making
out
sure
of
we're on
character,
the same page.
does something like that exist?
Yeah, you fought a couple.
A T-Rex.
Yeah, thunder lizards are brightly colored and they have very fine feathers.
Yeah, fair.
Would the doctor realize that's what they're talking about?
Make an insight check, DC 14.
I'll make it too.
Inside.
You could give one of the other advantage.
My insight is 3.
-5.
All right, I'll give you advantage.
All right.
Can I give guidance for this, or?
I mean, he got an at 20, so.
Hell
Never
yeah!
mind.
Oh. That's...
So yeah, he's just like bottom heavy dragon. Oh, that's a thunder lizard.
Oh. Those aren't dragons, my friend.
Or not?
The thunder lizards.
What
Oh.
in the
Giant.
sucker?
Giant reptiles native to this land.
Why, in bear's name, do you people have lizards that big?
Shrugs.
He's selling them short, brother.
From what little brother's telling me, you're selling it a little short.
I mean,
They're terrifying, yes, but we fought several occasions, multiple
we've
times.
seen several huge ones. I mean, how much bigger can they get than that? We felled huge ones.
The
I'm
dwarf
sorry.
lies like a scald.
I know, you all sound like a bunch of frickin' scalds.
Oh, a what?
A scald, a storyteller.
Oh.
Sometimes I wish I was a member of Valdak, just so I could understand you people.
Well, this isn't a story. This is what we've actually experienced.
Oh, I should mention something else before I forget.
Hmm?
The dragons had axe wounds.
But I think Jan like tilts his head into his hand, like that thing where you like hold it by the elbow and then set your hand on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Say that again, little brother.
The dragons, they had axe wounds on their necks.
Axe wounds. Like proper axe wounds.
The
Okay.
doctor. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I mean,
The doctor has seen frost giants and she's seen thunder lizards. Does that track?
Yeah?
Yeah,
look,
that's not.
the only way to like leave an axe wound that isn't like a nick on a thunder lizard is from a frost giant sized axe, so
Yeah, exactly. So the doctor's just, yeah, that sounds like the frost giants went through there. I'm pretty sure we're on their shit list. Like, significantly.
we don't want to run into them again.
The only problem is they're going the way we are.
Well, the good news is there wasn't anything living around.
Okay. I mean, that's not bad news, yeah. Like looks back. So, according to little brother, the good news is there was nothing alive in the area.
I'm guessing there's bad news other than frost giants?
Looks at little brother.
Frost giants?
Looks back. Frost giants.
Fair enough.
If they've already left,
Bill puts a fucking pit in my stomach to say that word with an S, by the way.
get used to it.
I'd rather not.
Too late. Welcome to Chult.
I'd rather not. Throws the makeshift raft into the river.
Yeah.
We see
Rather
you
not.
pedaling north and just we never see you again.
Rather not. I'm going home.
No, but we should go check it out. I'm not much of a tracker. Not mundane, anyway.
I agree. Little brother is suggesting we go and check it out.
Sounds like a plan.
The humans are already filing onto the makeshift raft. River looks over at Brick and she goes,
Are all of your adventures this stupid?
I mean,
like,
in
before you answer, her ears twitch, and she turns around to look at Flask, and she goes, "Did you swim across the river? Twice?" And Flask just shrugs.
You want to talk about? You want to talk about stupid adventures? When I was young, he's like getting onto the boat, helping other humans on. I once rode a deer yak straight into an orc camp. They
I'm
were
sorry, you rode
not
a-
happy.
You rode a what into what?
A deer yak, a mountain pusher.
Deep inhale, deep
and
exhale.
that is on the list of names for creatures along with thunder lizard that I never wanted to meet.
Oh no, deer yaks are absolute sweethearts.
And they're tasty.
I
And
don't
they are
believe you.
fucking delicious. He like pulls out his notebook. This is bound from deer yak hide. Feel it.
Yeah.
As you're, like, pushing across the river.
I've been told thunder lizard, what, tastes like chicken?
Probably. Do you see the feathers on those things?
I think there's a pause. and River goes,
Never had chicken, can't afford it.
You can't afford He like looked at the doctor.
I guess that
No.
would be an import.
I am not gonna repeat that word. I don't want to summon it.
He's already said
We're already
no.
doomed, if that's what you're referring to.
The less that thing is around, the more I can have my brother with us.
"Thunk," on the other side of the river.
I'm
Looked.
not looking.
The doctor looked.
Hey, just right into the opposite bank. You're there.
Oh,
We're here.
oh, that was the wrong kind of thunk. I didn't.
No, you're good. You're good.
Me and John both had that. No, please,
So-
not again.
Do you guys want to just crossfade to Mesro?
That sounds like a plan.
Somebody
Yeah.
needs to make a survival check, and it should probably be Kyan.
It should probably be me. First things first.
First things first, what are you doing?
Okay.
That's fair. That's fair. We're not going to explain that till it comes up. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Do you Nick?
So yeah, so you guys are traveling for a bit, and then yeah, we like do the clock style wipe, and you guys are standing like in the jungle still. You're protected in
Wait,
front
we
of
did a Lucas fade?
a what?
A Lucas fade.
What's a Lucas fade?
A George Lucas transition.
I thought that was the diagonal wipe.
I think it's still, it can be referred to as either. I think George Lucas.
I'm not
If he
talking about a
didn't-
diagonal wipe though. I'm talking about a circle.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
I've never seen the clock fade on Lucas.
Fair
I've seen
enough,
it
yeah.
on Disney, but I've not seen it on Lucas.
Huh.
Regardless, you guys are still in the jungle, so you're relatively safe. But in front of you, you see like down in a little. I think I actually have a thing to read from Ezra. Let me check that before I make an ass of you guys.
Before I make an ass of you guys, gee, thanks.
The number of times that I've had something like this and I haven't read it, and it's been to the detriment of the party, is too damn high. Thank you very much.
You know what? Actually, that's fair. Can't fault you for that one.
The more info we have, the
And
less likely
it is straight up. It is straight up making an ass out of you guys.
I guess. Like, we're gonna go to Aldani. The players at this time should not know where Aldani is.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much. So I do not have a specific thing to read from Mesro, but I do have. Do I have a map?
A thunder lizard.
How do I not have a map for Mesro? How dare you?
Finger guns.
Regardless, it's a big, like, mostly flat ruin. It's kind of like how. Have you guys heard of Machu Picchu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people think Machu Picchu is a ruined city, and it is. But what that conjures to your mind is probably busted up buildings, overgrown with jungle plant, etc. When in reality, Machu Picchu is like a few raised stones on a mountainside. Or it was. I don't know if it's been excavated since that information, but the point is, that's kind of what Mesro is. You can see, stone causeways in the ground. You can see a few raised stones for, like, walls and stuff. You can kind of generally pick out, oh, there was a building here, but you can't see the layout of the city. It's mostly a big clearing.
With
And...
maybe stone pillars.
Sorry?
It's a big clearing with maybe some stone pillars, lots of overgrown things where there is stone.
Yes. But notably, everything is frosted over. Everything here is frosted over. It looks like the beach. There are ruins of what appears to be, like, bonfires that look like they've been exploded. So there's, like, ash and soot and charred wood in, like, big circles out from these center points. And there's, like, 30 of them scattered around this clearing. There's also... piles of stone that look like statues. You could see, like, stone body parts piled around. Some of them are covered in blood. As well as what appears to be a tremendous, like, stone, like, wagon, almost. Like, imagine the Trojan horse, but it looks more like a covered wagon, and it's made of solid stone. And it's, like, busted and, like, crumbled in on itself and also frosted over. And there's two gigantic, like, almost dire T-Rex corpses in the middle of all this.
Those are bigger than what we've seen so far.
Significantly.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. I see what you meant, little brother. First things first.
What are they humans just, like, walking out of the jungle? Spontaneous winter events. I'd say...
I'm not gonna get there. I'm not gonna let their ass get very close.
River Mist, is this place always cold and snowy? No, of course it's not cold and snowy, you buffoon! This is new! Get in the shadows! Doesn't seem like there's anything amiss here to me. He's, like, walking out with his freaking magnifying glass.
The doctor's
you
going
poor
to
little
grab him.
Okay, somebody
Little
make a
brother,
dexterity saving throw.
Everyone make a dexterity saving throw?
Anybody who's gonna try to grab this dude.
Well, keep in mind,
wait.
I give a +3 to all saving throws.
Ow! I get guidance.
Yeah. Okay. So, the guidance might help, though. The number to beat is
Guidance
23.
is for ability checks.
Yeah, but he gets it. He gets it for weird stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I still give the aura of protection. Assuming
So
they're
Kian
usually
has an
empty.
ability that he is called Kodama Time, and what that means is anytime he rolls a d6. On a 5 or a 6, a Kodama appears and gives him a buff.
Neat.
Yeah, so you guys see, like, this guy's, like, traipsing out into the snow. Dr. Lorelei, like, grabs for him, and John, like, grabs for him. And what happens is this little, like, almost completely, like, white, looks like it's carved out of bone almost, little, like, head-misshapen statue about a foot tall, just, like, appears at this guy's feet, just, like, fades into existence, kind of bobbles its head. The dude trips on it, and Dr. Lorelei grabs him.
Then the doctor's like not even going to say anything. She's gonna drag his ass back into the shade with the rest of the party.
I say, I think you're all being entirely too superstitious.
We are not being superstitious, and I will slap you if you suggest such a thing again.
What we're being is
Right.
careful.
I've got a way of investigating this that shouldn't arouse suspicion that, shall we say, more sentient beings are here. And I don't think we have a thing for it.
For Mesro, we don't.
No, for one of my things.
What are you doing?
Trying to remember which one is my quick boy.
Oh yeah, the Eoraptor.
Yeah. I have a deep connection to nature, and as such I can investigate this looking like, well, an animal curious about a change in its environment.
Be careful. If they're able to take down thunder lizards and all, I do not know if they just will simply try to squash you.
They may take no interest in me if I am, well, but a wee Egoraptor.
Eoraptor.
Eoraptor. I don't know why I keep saying ego.
Because that's a content creator.
You know what? That might be a very good reason. But yeah, he's just gonna... he hefts the shield back onto his back, lowers into like a sprinting position, and like takes off, and before he enters the clearing becomes the Eoraptor.
So, for those of you who don't know what an Eoraptor is, imagine a Compythalamus from Jurassic Park. Those little things that run around in packs and like eat the kid and stuff.
Yeah.
Imagine that, but instead of being like 10 inches tall, it's about 20 inches tall? 24, something like that? Little over 2 feet tall. It's a small creature instead of tiny. And it's basically a compy. It's just a little bit bigger, and its head isn't quite as maneuverable. It's built more like like a raptor, because it is. But yeah, they're fast, like a movement speed of 60.
I think so. I'm still trying to find it on my thing.
Yeah, movement speed of 60, and it's only a small creature, so he's just zips right out there.
Regardless, the doctor's jaw drops and her fins go down, and that is damn impressive.
55.
55.
Yeah. I'm
That's
fucking
still faster
it.
than a horse.
Yeah.
You are speed. You're nowhere near as fast as the doctor in the water, though.
Fucking the juxtaposition that would make someone feel of watching him bear down into like a sprinter's position, and then before hitting light, becoming that little creature, and then just disappearing at the speed of fucking light.
Yeah, right?
It's like, but he was so big.
Yeah, pretty much.
He was so tall.
So what are you trying to do, Kian? What's your objective?
The first objective is to see if there's anything living here currently.
Okay, make a perception check.
And I use my perception. Right?
Yep. Providing the thing doesn't have a bonus, in which case you would add the inherent bonus.
Every roll.
Yeah, every roll. So what does it look like this time? Because you got Kodama time again. What does this look like? Like you like stop in the little clearing, like look around with your little lizard head. Does the Kodama appear on your head?
Probably.
Okay. So yeah, it's like the thing just like stops, like pops up, looks around like a prairie dog, basically like a reptilian prairie dog, and then one of these statue things like slowly fades in on your head. Roll a d4. Nice. Got a goblin 26 on that perception, by the way.
I am a fucking perceptive motherfucker.
Yeah, you are. And like pats you on the nose and like points. And I guess it doesn't so much point as it just kind of like you feel a slight pressure on your head to look in a certain direction because they don't really move. And you look in that direction, and there's just like a small snake.
Okay.
And before anybody is like, Yanti spy! I mean, literally, it's a small snake, and it's not moving very much because it's cold.
Right. If that's, like, the only thing I'm able to...
There is nothing moving out here except you.
He's trying to put up... Well, I guess, like, if that's the only thing moving besides me over here, there's not a whole lot of reason to, quote-unquote, put up the act of animal investigating changes in environment.
Right.
I think he's just gonna zip back to the group. Squawk. Remember, these people can't understand a wild-shaped Goliath. And turn back to Kian.
Right.
Oh, okay. So...
Cough up feathers.
Yeah.
There was literally one thing moving out there.
What was
Besides
it?
me. It was a snake. And he
Ooh,
was
lunge. Brett flies
he
off.
is not happy to be here.
From the looks of it, he isn't going to be here at all for much longer. Frantic hissing.
It's not frantic hissing actually, because Brett just sets it on fire. Literally, he just flies over a spot. You guys can't see the snake, and the bird just opens its wings and flaps, and just fire rains down on that spot, and then it just casually lands in the embers and starts pecking at something.
Okay, then. Okay.
Oh yeah, I didn't feed him this morning, did I? Enjoy, little brother. Point is, I almost think we need to be more wary. Because since there's nothing here. Because that means, bluntly, to me, this looks like something happened. Something was planned, and something fell apart.
Picks up a handful of snow, lets it drop. Yeah, something happened here, and it's called frost giants.
We should have a look around.
I agree.
Yes, indeed.
Though, there's something that... You said Artus has that ring.
Last we were aware, he should.
Right.
He's like looking. John's like looking at the area. If, and I mean if, he tried some assault, where would he go if he lost?
I don't know.
Somewhere the frost giants wouldn't follow, probably.
But where couldn't they follow him? If they can do this, then that means they're clearly not trying to be stealthy, which means they have no reservations on how they move.
You guys aren't gonna believe this.
What?
River misrolled a nat 20 on her insight.
Hell yeah!
Holy shit.
So River is listening to you guys rubbing her chin, and then she snaps her fingers and she goes, Aramag.
That god awful dragon turtle?
What the hell is an Aramag?
It's a big turtle. It's turning to Brick. Who likes shiny things?
Aramag.
It's true.
We
I don't think
literally.
even the frost giants could go against Aramag.
I wouldn't want to watch that, even if they tried.
Big giant. What the fuck do you mean, big giant? If it's just a giant.
He's a dragon turtle.
Does Khan know what the fuck a dragon turtle
Make
is?
a nature check. Let's find out.
I will make a nature check.
The doctor seems a bit shaken up considering the last time she encountered Aramag, I rolled a insidious failure on her charisma save against him.
A dragon turtle is a dragon turtle.
Are they particularly dangerous?
Yes.
Sorry, you just casually know the name of a dragon turtle.
He's
Think
pretty
of it-
infamous around these parts.
Think of it like a highwayman.
So he's a dragon turtle and a thief?
Yes.
I'm gonna be really honest with you. I don't think that ring is seeing the light of day for another millennia.
Good!
Hopefully,
Maybe that's
you're
the
right.
point, though.
Another problem
Wait.
there. If
That's
the ring
right.
if the ring has kept Artis young for all this time,
North of us is the bay.
what if, like, hear me out. What if Aramag attunes to it, and now he's, like, effectively immortal? Don't all dragons get stronger the older they get?
I have a slightly bigger problem.
Like, looking at Brick and the Doctor and Cyrodiil.
Aramag is going to win that fight, right?
Shrugs.
I have yet to have encounters with this creature, so I cannot say.
The
I
only
had to
time-
put. All he did to us was knock us off the boat.
He knocked us off a boat into shark-infested waters!
Right. He lives in the fucking ocean, right?
In the Bay
Right.
of
So
Choke.
there's no way these giants can. Right?
That's.
Well, we
Don't-
know they can walk across water. But can they walk across salt water? Salt water doesn't really freeze.
Yes, it fucking does. It just freezes more slowly.
Fair.
Glaciers are saltwater, dude.
Fair. I
Well,
guess
not
I should.
always, but they can be. The ocean can freeze.
I guess I should say won't
See the
won't
sea of
freeze
moving
as
ice.
well.
See also the Sea of Moving Ice.
Valid.
Yeah, I should say won't freeze as well as like the rivers.
But
That's
it's
fair.
also a matter of I don't think frost giants can breathe underwater.
All dragons have some kind of breath weapon, right? What does a dragon turtle have?
Steam? And bubbles?
Steam. Super hot air versus beings made of ice and awful.
Don't forget
Yeah,
the bubbles.
I'm had the bubbles. I'm
That
gonna
sounds
put
like it might be boiling water.
I'm gonna put my money on the dragon turtle.
If I were a betting man, I'd do the same, but if that Jarl has the Frost Maiden at her back, I'm loath to say we should go investigate because we can't handle whatever we find, but
But it's fine because Aramag can deal with it, right?
It's a big maybe.
And the downside of that maybe coin is we all die, right?
yeah,
Correct.
pretty much.
And you're okay with this?
No, but it's the best we've got right now.
It's either the frost giants get the ring of winter and we all rapidly freeze to death, or it's Aramag lives significantly longer.
And probably becomes the greatest quote unquote highwayman this world has ever seen of among dragons.
Dr. Lorelei, you swear Henrietta scoffs.
Someone in this party disagrees, but kinda just gives the chicken a scritch, probably on her head.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctor is not questioning it because she knows better at this point.
So,
Full respect. Don't care what the chicken thinks.
so Kian, Vrek says, "You're going to want to see this." Yeah.
Gonna look to where they were.
Yeah, you turn around and Vrek is like perched on a pile of rubble, and he's like looking, like what you assume to be north, the trail leading into the jungle.
Sergeant, Knight, with me. He's gonna start running with his shield out.
Yeah.
The doctor following.
Uh-huh.
You guys, I'm assuming you guys run out over to where Vrek is. There's no imminent danger, but Vrek is like looking at a perfectly formed boot print that is bigger than Kian.
Alright, that about confirms it, doesn't it?
Yep. That's them. Oh, gods.
Also, the stone cart is alive.
I'm sorry.
The bird shrugs.
That doesn't make any sense, little brother. How can it be alive?
It's not alive anymore.
What's alive?
Is it alive or isn't it?
It was alive, like the jungle spirit.
I see. Okay, that makes more sense. Sorry, context. Little brother is saying that cart used to be alive.
Fucking what?
Looks over.
Yeah, it's a gigantic, like it looks almost like a dwarvish battle wagon, except it's carved out of stone and currently been smashed to bits.
Oh. Wait. That's curious. What do you mean it was alive?
He says it used to be alive. Little brother has shall we say, an eye for these things.
Alright, so Sparky within him taking over, he goes to investigate.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Sure.
What are the humans doing while we're doing this?
Picking at rubble?
God, that was a bad roll.
Being archaeologists.
Yep, but being bad archaeologists, more to the point. Yeah, it's not a great roll. But you can see, like, you know what? I'm gonna give you advantage, and my logic is this. If you start looking through the rubble, you start to see gears, and you start to see, like, mechanisms inside this thing, all carved from stone, but covered in binding runes. This was an artificer creation.
Interesting. It's a product of artifice.
What? The doctor's gonna, like, run over?
A construct, perhaps.
A construct of what?
Well, it's dead now, but if all the pieces are here, I could potentially put it back together, though I couldn't give life back to it.
No, you couldn't, because the pieces that broke off look like they've been smashed into powder.
Okay.
It's all stone. And it looks like somebody had a vendetta against this thing.
They probably did.
It looks like it was in battle. Whatever did this to it was not happy.
What could this have even been?
A war machine, perhaps?
Made by who? No, not the frost giants. It's been smashed to pieces, and I don't think a thunder lizard could do this.
I would say,
You said there used to be a kingdom here, right?
that's what I was about to get to. It could be a product of the old kingdom left here.
Makes sense to me. What's your best way of protecting your precious stuff? Magic war machines.
I was going to say a wall of fire.
I mean, yeah, but that's not really gonna last.
Says who?
Okay, fair. It might last a while out here. Probably looks so fucking weird just talking to living fire sitting on his shoulder.
Well, he's currently perched on a pile of rubble, but yeah.
Right.
I mean, the doctor regularly talks to a chicken.
Except John looks like he's holding a conversation with the fire.
So does the doctor.
You know what? That's fair.
Team bird bitches, let's go.
Yeah, dear God.
So what do you guys...
Meanwhile, it might sometimes seem like Brick is having a conversation with himself.
Yes. So what do you guys
I'm
want to
just
do?
not thinking there's like a massive bird conspiracy here to fuck with reality in our campaign.
There absolutely is. You might call it Big Bird. Anyway.
Oh my
God
fucking!
damn it.
I'm going home.
I'm finding the gif. I'm finding the gif.
I am going home. I do not.
Mission, shut down reality, restart at next available epoch.
I have done nothing to deserve this.
You have
Guess
done
what?
everything to deserve this. Anyway, what do you guys want to do?
I want to go home. But no, God, I want to go take a closer look at that winter wolf, if I can see it.
Yes, you can. It is near the Thunder Lizard corpses.
I'm gonna go take a check at that.
Cool. Make a Constitution saving throw with advantage. Wow, that roll for you, though.
Oh wait, hang on.
Okay, yeah, nope. So the Kadama can give you a bonus. Okay, there you go. That's enough to avoid getting sick. So the Kadama appears and like the wind shifts. Because you realize the wolf and the thunder lizards have been here for a while.
Oh.
That is a pile of putrefying meat. Probably a bad idea to touch any of it.
He's like gonna do a quick whistle. Alright. Humans, do not touch. Swear to God, if I see a single one of you try to mess with any of this.
Has it been dead more than 100 years?
No.
Then we're not interested.
Okay.
And one
Keep it that way.
of the other ones goes, did it fall on something at least 100 years old?
I don't know, maybe some dirt, but I don't know. Just stay away from it. You'll get sick.
Human fascination with recent history, I swear.
Take inspiration!
Oh my God, Brick.
Well done.
That was the most. That was somehow the
I
most.
think I've heard Brick say.
Yeah, that was somehow the most dwarvish, elvish thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm getting better at that.
Yes, you are.
Really
You
couldn't
are-
tell.
You are an impressive motherfucker, fucking Vader.
So what do you want to know about the Winter Wolf?
The main question is, what looks like it did it in? The Thunder Lizards?
It's hard to tell because at this point, the stuff between the fur and the bones is kind of a poison type Pokemon. But I'll let you make an investigation check with disadvantage. You're able to hold your stomach, so it's fine. Actually, sorry. You said cost of death specifically. This is a medicine check.
That benefits me.
Okay. Okay. Wow! Goblin 23.
Fuck yeah.
So that little statue just sticks around. Ow! I just kicked the shit out of my desk. That little statue, bro, like, sticks around, and you just, like fades out of existence, fades into existence near the thing, and, like, is right where you need to look, so you see him fade in, and then you look, like, near that on the corpse, and you see... Yeah, it looks like he got picked up by the Thunder Lizard, chomped, and then the Thunder Lizard died.
Ooh. So, Artist Simba can't talk to animals, right?
Not that I'm aware of.
I couldn't say one way or the other.
River Mist, flask of wine.
And they, like, look over.
I have a weird thought. How he looks like he's kind of pained putting this thought together.
Mm-hmm.
How long can Thunder Lizard young last on their own?
Not very. If the parents don't eat them.
But what if it's not like, what if it's still nest?
If there's a nest here, it's long dead. Look at these temperatures.
Yeah.
On the plus side,
Yeah,
free
that-
eggs.
You're right, 3 eggs.
Why, did you find a nest?
No, it's... Well, if you look at the wolf, it seems like from the wounds it's got, that the Thunder Lizard bit down on it and then died. Meaning it was in confrontation against the giants and their beasts, which means its nest was near. Their nest was near.
Well, free food.
Wow, what the fuck?
Maybe you haven't noticed, but we're in a jungle?
Yeah, just... Boy. No mourning for nature, huh?
I'm sorry, nature's tried to kill me 4 times today. Today.
God. Yeah. Sorry, I guess he wouldn't say God. Yeah. Okay, you make a fair point. You make a pretty fair point.
Listen. Run headlong into a ghoul's nest. Let's see how long your faith in nature sticks around, Or,
What?
you know, bury your cousin.
I've buried more than I ever want to. I've never run headlong into a ghoul's nest, but I tell you what, I've run headlong into fires that blazed hot enough to turn wood white. It's not a pretty sight to see your kin when they've gone through that.
I imagine not. But this?
Especially,
It's like she gestures around. This isn't nature. This that we're standing on specifically is the work of outsiders. And as if there's not enough shit in this jungle. Break the curse, says. Like those fools think they're going to do. She points at Brick and the doctor.
What can I say? We're optimists.
Fix my home, and then maybe I'll care about nature. Until then, I'm going to take what I can get where I can get it, and I'm not going to think twice about it. Now, if that means stabbing you for a gourd of Tej, that's what that means.
I think, like, at the mention of that, like, Cyrodiil knows Flare.
You know this about River, though. She said this before.
Oh, yeah, I know she said it before. It doesn't mean I still have to approve of it or disprove. Doesn't
fair.
mean I can't keep disapproving.
Fair. Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Hi, just checking.
Still here.
If we're lucky, the cold preserved the eggs. And if we're very lucky, that's enough for all of us to eat for a few days. I'd call that a boon, not something to mourn.
They won't survive without their parents anyways.
They're already dead.
It's never been a good thing when a cub is lost to winter. I assumed it wouldn't be an uncommon line of thought, but learning experiences about new cultures. Little brother, do you mind taking a look? See what you can find.
What? The nest, it's between them.
Really? He's gonna start walking over.
Yeah, like, I mean, behind their feet, one of the rotting tails is like half in the nest. There's about a 3-foot diameter, about the size of an extra large pizza, like bundle of plant matter and various reptile fluids, and in it there's three unsmashed, like, green eggs about the size of basketballs.
Found him.
There's also like 4 smashed ones, which have there's nothing around them. Like they've been picked clean already.
He's gonna walk over, try to grab an unsmashed one.
Yeah, it's cold. It weighs, I mean, nothing for you, but like it's heavy. Feels like a stone. But yeah, it's cold, like refrigerated cold.
Just give it like the light knock knock. That is terrifyingly cold.
River like comes over and like picks one of these up, like picks them up and like shakes it. You hear her sloshing. She nods. Well, go on, Flask. Like tosses it to him. Flask gives her a look like, what the fuck? And then like flicks out a claw, cuts the top of it open, pops it open, and sniffs it. Like looks at River, sniffs it again, and then just like tips it into his mouth like a cup, and then gives like a thumbs up.
Well, what do we do? Make a fire, throw him on it, or what?
What? Why?
It's an egg.
Right?
You never eat an egg raw.
Looks back at Flask.
That can lead to sickness. That can lead to infection.
IRL fun fact, it's actually unlikely for you to get salmonella from eating an egg you'd get at the grocery store.
Modern eggs, yes.
Modern eggs, yes.
Not to mention, these are unwashed.
They're in a shell.
Sure, but just touching them, based on the fluids that are on the that have been left here, if you have any form of open wound on your hand, that can lead to serious issues.
Are you some kind of doctor?
Yeah, the doctor
No.
started listening in halfway through once he started talking in a lot more technical terms than she's been used to hearing out here.
Not really. I'm part of the Firewatch, so I always get... The Firewatch always gets very basic training on this type of stuff from the... What was it? The Brotherhood... the Brotherhood of the Fountain of Life based
The
off
Brotherhood
of.
of Moving Waters.
We always get a sort of training course from the Brotherhood of Moving Waters.
What does the
Because
doctor know about the Brotherhood of Moving Waters?
Make a history check. You know they are a specific Goliath intermediary group based out of one clan, like the Firewatch, except whereas Firewatch is Clan Vare with a few in other clans, the Brotherhood of Moving Waters is in Clan Cry with a few offshoots.
Gotcha. Has the doctor ever interacted with this group or not particularly?
Probably. There's probably been guest speakers.
Oh, I once heard a lovely presentation by that group. It was very nice. Very insightful, too.
Oh. I'd hope so. The main goal of the Brotherhood has always been to spread medicine that doesn't require magical healing, and they also advocate for preventatives for sickness and well, infection and.
So we dump the shells in the river and then we can eat them?
That might not do well with all the
Turning
threat
up
leeches.
Well, we'd want to do it with clean water. Or at least make sure you don't have any cuts on your hand. We'd likely want to cook the eggs.
Would it be better if I tried that, considering that my queen keeps me safe from such sicknesses?
I don't
Okay.
suppose any of you are cooks, then?
I mean, I don't like to brag, but
Great, you just
not
volunteered.
bad.
She shoves both the remaining eggs into your hands.
well, I said I'd help.
Dinner should be at sunset, so get started.
Yeah, all right.
Kian, you hear.
What are you laughing at? You're helping.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Going foraging. Bye. Flies away.
Make me have my... Okay.
I think the doctor might want to help Khan with the food so she can talk medicine with him because the doctor's happy to talk medicine with anyone who will fucking listen.
The sun is still
Tim.
high. Like, you have time. That was just River's way of getting out of the conversation. If there's anything you
Fair.
guys want to do in the ruins, let me know, and then we can cut to dinner.
I'm sorry. You said Khan, and my mind, I immediately started playing the age-old fucking Star Trek theme.
Well, while dinner is being prepared, Brick wants to take another once around the area, just see if
Okay.
there's anything they missed.
Make an investigation check.
Sure thing.
Yo, alright. Other than what I said, go ahead and ask me any... Let's say... What did you get? You got that. Any 6 questions?
I don't know if I'm going to be able to use any of all of them, I mean, but...
That's fine.
Let's see. Main things I want to know are if there are any other signs of battle around.
Yeah, the whole place looks like it's been... Like there was a big battle here relatively recently.
Uh-huh. And then for... If we need it, are there suitable hiding spots?
Are there places that would provide cover? It would depend on what angle, but yes, they do exist.
Okay. That's useful to know. Also, if we get in a shootout.
Yep.
Uh...
Like a gunslinger to call an exchange of arrows a shootout.
An exchange of arrows and bullets and lightning bolt and cone
And
of
fire.
cold and fire.
I'm honestly excited to show off what me and Brett can do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're going off on your own, right, Brick?
Yeah.
Did you have any other questions?
Not anything specific.
Okay. You're going off on your own, I think. Okay. So if Kyan and the doctor are making dinner, yeah, I think once you're separated from the group, I think you like come around like a ruined corner of a building, like looking through the rubble and stuff, and sitting on the rubble, looking equal parts bored and frustrated, you see what I can only describe as a half drow. Like, stocky-ish human features, like light violet skin, white blonde hair, dressed in traveling clothes. Female. She's got a backpack, like, sitting beside her. She's got a rapier on her belt, and she's just, like, sitting on the rock, looking contemplative, and she looks up when you come around the building.
What the? Who are you? I didn't realize there was anyone alive around here.
I came with you.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
I think Brick gets it. Let's see.
I thought you'd appreciate a change of pace. Besides, I'm breaking a lot of rules.
Go on.
Look. I could go on some fanciful diatribe about how I could owe you a favor, and I could grant your heart's desire. The point is I need help.
I'm still listening.
I need help. You lot are capable, and aside from the Goliath, I've not seen him before, he's fantastic, but the 3 of you, 4 of you, if you want to bring him along, don't ask me about the cats. No. I've got a problem. And in exchange, I can give you time.
I think there's a look of, oh shit, that might actually be a thing on his face. That's our most desirable commodity right now.
Yeah, I know. Which is why I'm risking breaking the rules, which is why I'm risking talking to you, which is why I'm risking appearing like this. I'm in trouble, okay? I'm in trouble. There, I said it. I don't have a lot of choices right now.
Well, I'm sure the doctor would be willing to help. I can't speak for the others.
No, this has to come from you.
In exchange for time, I am willing to help.
It's really not... Did you say yes?
Have I ever been one to beat
You don't
around
even know what the job
bush?
is yet.
Well, yes, I would like to know the job, but
So,
And she, like, gets up, and, like, she does what I can only really describe as, like, the Harley Quinn walk. She, like, links her fingers and, like, clown steps, you know what I'm talking about?
uh-huh.
And she, like, paces back and forth in the ruins like that, and she says,
you might have guessed, there's something a little off-kilter about me.
That's putting it mildly.
You know the whole mess with the evil witch in the woods, get turned into a frog thing?
It's a common enough story.
I'm serving a sentence, okay? There, I said it. I'm serving a sentence, and I'm not supposed to be able to change back.
Aha.
It's
I
not an
see.
honor system. I'm not supposed to be able to change back, Sergeant.
like, points with both index fingers at her face.
Interesting.
Problematic. I'm not supposed to be able to interact with the mortal plane. I'm not supposed to be able to talk to anyone. I'm not supposed to be able to fly.
She's standing on the ground.
I honestly thought that would work. Anyway,
We love her. We know her. My dear.
this
The
means something has
godforsaken
happened.
Fae.
Go on.
And I don't like that. Alright, look, it's family. Alright, it's family drama.
Still listening, just...
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to say to that besides just a nod, go on.
My mother's sister is the one who decided that my punishment was what you've seen, which means something has happened to my mother's sister. And I can't go check on her.
Alright.
But you can.
Wait, how?
I'll get to that. It's a bit of a long story. Point being, I shouldn't be able to stand here, I shouldn't be able to talk to you, and I shouldn't be able to look like this. I have some magic. I should be able to get you a link to where you need to go. Point is, if nothing happened to my mother's sister, then I get yelled at, I get a harsher punishment, and the fairy godmother gives you whatever you want. If something did happen to her, then Thundercaller, bang bang, pew pew, and then the fairy godmother gives you whatever you want. So deal with it.
I'll be honest. Not what I was expecting out of this trip. Nothing has been, to be fair.
I can
What?
promise you that you won't lose time, unless you die. Don't die.
Avoided that so far.
Well, I assumed you would be happy to get out of the jungle for a bit. By the way, you'll have to go elsewhere. And I can't go with you. Just throwing that out.
Alright. Hmm. I mean, the way you put it, it sounds like a boon. Sounds like...
It sounds too good to be true. Yes, I know, we do that. If you help me, I promise I won't hex your guns anymore.
You've been... Okay, I'm not even going to ask. Alright. I'll help.
I won't...
I already said I would, didn't I?
Great. So... You have to make this sound like it's coming from you. And when the portal opens, you have to pretend you know what you're getting yourself into. Like it was all your idea. Mention me, and we're both dead. You understand? And we're not talking about dead like dead in this jungle. We're talking dead like I know dead.
That sounds worse.
Yes.
I'll see what I can do.
You're trying to get to Prismere. Prismere.
Prismia. Got it.
The matron of Prismere is my relative. You don't know my name, which is good. I can't tell you hers. You'll have to find out. Make sure she's okay. And the fairy godmother will give you whatever you want. Ta-dum. And if she's not okay, make her okay.
What are we supposed to do? She's fucking dead.
And... well... probably be a lot less simple in practice than on paper, but... alright.
Great. And not a word of this to Mumsy.
So, what now?
Don't worry about it. So, I'll make the arrangements. You need to be not so dour and convince whoever it is you want to go with you. I'm not taking the tabaxi. Or sending them, because I can't go with you. By the way, I can't go with you, and that's going to make the doctor sad. But don't worry. I'll be with the little prince when you get back.
Aye,
Don't
alright.
die.
We will endeavor not to.
So, when you're ready to go, all you have to do is say, "Ticket, please."
Okay.
Great, you're Peach, bye! And she's gone.
We know her, we love her.
So now Brick has to come up with a convenient excuse.
Yes!
Well, you already have one for Kian.
Chicken. Okay, where are we going?
No, even easier. Kian said, "I owe you a debt. You point, I fight."
Uh-huh.
You're having too much fun with this. Stop it.
Oh, sweetie, I'm just getting started.
Yeah, we're going in the 5-point fox fey fuckery, bitches. We're going.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry. All I can imagine is Fox is literally just sitting here like the starfish from Finding Nemo. Today's the day. It's finally here.
So...
Wow, that was exactly the Joker inflection. My bad.
I'm
I
sorry,
think he
Fox,
has
but
an
that is
idea.
literally the vibe.
Yeah,
How
pretty.
to
Yep.
make it. I think he has an idea of how to make it seem like it wasn't Henrietta who did this. So, idea.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna just. I think he's gonna pull out his mason's tools and just carve some dwarvish runes into a rock.
Okay.
Since he doesn't know if it'll activate the magic or not, he does just random runes, not ticket, please.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you carve. So make a sleight of hand check.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Not bad.
You carve some random dwarvish runes into the rock.
And he will, and then he'll. How far away is where they're making everything?
You're in the ruins. The river flows like through part of the ruins, so I would say Kian and Dr. Lorelei are maybe 50 feet away, whereas Cyrodiil is wherever Cyrodiil wants to be.
Cyrodiil is where Cyrodiil wants to be.
And where is that?
Probably more toward, kind of like looking more towards the center of the ruins, just kind of on guard, but not like literally shield out and all.
Near the camp, though?
Yeah, near the camp, just keeping an eye out in case if suddenly frost giants decide to show up. It's like, you know, being on guard, basically on watch, I guess.
This is gonna go bad. I know it. This is. I said I'd help. So I think then he. It's not that far. He walks back to camp towards Kian and the doctor. Doctor.
Yes.
Kian, I found something. I need you all to take a look at it. Cyrodiil too.
Alright. Little brother.
Yeah, Vrek like was nesting in the fire, and just like the fire sprouts Vrek's head.
Huh.
We're being called to work.
Floats over to your shoulder.
Shouts over to Cyrodiil. Fair dame, I found something.
Like, Cyrodiil... Like,
At this point, the
gets his
humans
cup
are
side
looking at what you're
over.
doing. Sorry.
It might be dangerous, you all. I'd suggest you stay here. Reverend Flask can watch over you.
Their job to start with.
Make a persuasion check, Rick.
Alright.
Okay. So, slow nod from the humans. And I think in Chultan, River says something. And I know at least one of you speaks Chultan.
Rick does.
Brick does. Okay. So...
Cyrodiil does also.
Okay, cool. So in Chultan, River says, "What did you find?"
Oh god, now I've got to... I'm not quite sure yet. I think it'd be best if you watch over the soft folk.
Very well.
The doctor internally very happy she is not labeled as soft folk.
Like, River turns around with a big, like, customer service smile, and she's like, to the human, she's like, "I don't think you've destroyed that building yet."
We're gonna come back to and they're gonna have like claw marks across their faces.
Pretty much.
pimp smack of the cat.
Also, can we just talk about the fact that Glittered Pimpcane is an adequate tabaxi name?
Oh God!
You're
Oh,
not wrong.
It's one of those. I kind of want to know the story behind you, how you got that name, and at the same time, I don't want to.
I'm more into Sparkly Wand, the Tabaxi Bard.
Listen,
Oh God!
listen, Hockey, you want to know the story? Well, so do I. My brain just decided to play
I mean,
word
listen,
association.
like, technically speaking, Robe of the Archmage is an adequate Tabaxi name.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Anyway, what are you doing,
Book
Break?
of Vile Darkness is an adequate tabaxi name.
Yes! Instead of band names, we need to do Tabaxi names. Anyway,
Oh man.
Brick, what are you doing?
Uh,
What nonsense is
come with
afoot?
me. You three come with me.
Will we need our things or anything?
Aye. Bring your
Alright.
stuff.
Alright, yep, you grab your gear. Doctor,
Walks them
you cannot
over.
find Henrietta.
Henrietta? Like she's looking around a bit.
I'm sure she'll find her way.
To be honest, Doctor, the chicken doesn't want to be found. I don't think any power upon this plane find it.
Fair enough. She's probably going to be okay. And the doctor just kind of shrugs it off and starts walking.
What is that thing?
I'm sorry.
What?
I looked at chat.
Oh god, what did they do now?
Sphere of Annihilation is a great old one to Baxi Warlock. That's so good. That's so good.
I almost want to use that.
Same.
Hello, I'm Sphere of Annihilation.
You're fucking what?
Greetings, my name is Sphere of Annihilation. You're a what? You're a very cat-shaped sphere.
There's your name for tonight, Gamzee.
Cat-shaped sphere.
Oh
come,
God!
come
You're
on, Brick, what are you
sending back
doing?
the cats.
So he walks them over to where he had the chat. Takes a
over
deep
here?
breath. We're making a detour.
What?
Hmm?
What?
I cannot tell you why we're going, but know that should we succeed, we gain time.
Oh, you're doing one of those favors.
Sergeant, are you
Question.
making a deal?
Yeah, quick question. I've only heard about those favors happening in Myth. Where the fuck did you get someone to actually give you the offer?
I can't say.
He's like slowly raising his shield to Brick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being
Doctor.
as truthful as I can with you.
So,
It's not a devil, at least I don't think it is.
was it the damn chicken?
I can't say.
The doctor looks around, looks to the sergeant, looks to the other two, steps closer to the sergeant. I'm with you, Sergeant. No hesitation, no questions asked.
I appreciate it.
It's
Fair
lowering
game.
the shield.
Fair dame, what about you?
I trust you, Sergeant, but at the same time, I will admit I'm not a fan of walking into something without knowing everything.
We're going away from Chult. I think that's all I can say.
Alright.
Away from Chult to get more time. We need all the time we can get.
I owe you a debt. You point, I fight. That's what I said earlier. And I'm gonna stick to my guns on that. But also, Like, are you fucking serious?
I wish I could joke about this. I had planned this
we don't-
elaborate ruse, and then
We don't
honestly,
know
it just seemed dumb in my mind. I
we
figured I'd
don't know
just
the
tell you.
conditions. We don't know the conditions of your deal. You can't and won't tell us the conditions of your deal. It... Little brother, what was that thing, if you can even bear to say it?
You're going to have to be more specific. There's a lot of things.
He like gestures at the doctor. Chicken.
I told you already what we think she is.
How do I put this? Imagine a beholder falling in on itself infinitely.
I'm assuming you have no idea what we call that.
A nightmare?
Okay. She's a fucking nightmare.
I mean, we have the theory that she's a fae, so you're not off. But she's never done anything to actively harm any of us. And I don't know if she's directly involved, but she's gotten us out of things as well as helped a lot.
'Cause Brick can't mention her, I think he just moves the subject along. So, are you all in?
I'm in.
I'm in it for any other reason than making sure that you don't get yourself killed or worse, Sergeant.
I owe you a debt. My little brother doesn't. What do you say, Brack?
To be honest with you, the dwarf looks scared.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, Brick is terrified for sure, and he's not quite sure why.
Something is off,
I think.
but it's different from how the jungle is off, if that makes any sense.
Does. Do you think this is worth doing?
It's a
Are
hunt,
you
isn't
willing
it?
to do it?
Ask the dwarf if someone needs help.
And there's just that look like, yeah, that is kind of our job. Sergeant,
Hmm?
does someone need our help?
I think the most I can say is maybe.
No, you can say yes to that.
Well, yes. That's... I think I can tell you that much, yes.
Like even if Auntie doesn't need help, Henrietta obviously does.
Well, yeah.
So someone does need your help.
Oh.
That's the true statement.
Yeah, I can tell you that
I
much,
like-
yes. Someone needs our help.
I like
Or
to
needs
think.
help from... Go ahead.
No, go. Keep going.
No, I'm pretty much done.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
At hearing just the fucking, like, yeah. Fucking. Jan and Vrek both, like, posture up. The Cinderclad and Nightbringer at your back, Sergeant.
Huh. You almost speak like a well-trained soldier.
The leader
Or
of
it
a
should
group.
almost sound like a well-trained soldier. And with that, with everyone's affirmation, I think he turns around and just goes ahead and says, like, takes a deep breath. Ticket, please.
So yeah, like pretty much before you guys can be like, what? There's this like spiral of vines that come out of the ground, on two sides of brick, and they like snake up to form a hoop. But these vines are not like any vines you've seen before. They're a shade of green that they shouldn't be, and they're highlighted with like glowing purple energy.
Ooh.
And they like snake up and coil around themselves to make this hoop, and then water falls from the hoop as if it was a specially designed fountain. However, the water is the wrong color. It is also like purplish. It's almost like a potion. And as it fills the hoop and continues to cascade down, the reflection in the water is not Mesro, the snowy ruin in which you find yourself. It's a fairground. It's like the middle of the night in like a forest, not a jungle, but a forest. You can see stars overhead, and you can see like a carnival, literally a carnival. There are tents, and there are like performers moving around. You see somebody juggling torches in the firelight with like big garish makeup, and like you see these people moving in the water.
The doctor's just gonna stare for a second before she puts a hand on Brick's shoulder and squeezes. After you, Sergeant.
Yeah, somehow this makes Brick more scared.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think he'll slowly walk into.
Okay,
I
so
don't rightly know.
before you step through the portal, the screen goes black and white, and a prompt appears in the middle.
Yeah.
And it says, "The following action will cause sweeping changes to the story, with no guarantee of survival or progress. Are you sure you wish to proceed?"
I mean, we in it now.
That's one.
Yes, we in it, and you know what? Screw it. Sure, I'm in.
That's two.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Let's go!
And that's four. So that is unfortunately going to be the last shot of our episode as we return. Maybe next week, it might be the week after. I need to prep some things. We'll be weaving Wilds Beyond the Witchlight into our Tomb of Annihilation playthrough. Join us for the first episode of Act 2 here on our 1-year anniversary of Crown of Fangs that I'll be calling The Greatest Show on Earth when we get back. Thank you guys very much for being here. Let's do some shout-outs, shall we?
Woo!
Intangible Honk, give us a shout-out if you would, please.
Hello, everyone. I am the Intangible Hawk. You can find me here in Kids Server on Twitch under the same name. I do art, I do programming, do some games, and whatever.
Sibs, can you give us a shout-out, please?
Hi there, my name is Sibs143. I am in no particular order a stagehand, a moderator, and a keeper on Kid. That was messed up, but you know what I mean. I can be found, but to everyone else, I am a friend, the Drifter, and the one and only Technicolor Disaster. You can find me lurking in Discord and or Twitch. I'm a bit busy with school right now, so if it takes me time to get back to you, I do apologize, but my schooling is very intensive, and it comes first. Have a great night, everyone.
Guy Gonzalez, the Bard of Heroes, give us a shout-out if you would, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Guy Gonzalez, the Bard of Heroes, the teller of tales that need to be told. And there are a lot. And, as always, if I'm needed, you can always find me in the Discord, in DMs, and unfortunately I have to make a new Twitter, so it's gonna be a while. But, until then, and until we meet again, have a fantastic rest of your night.
Journeyman Vader, give us a shout-out, please.
Hello, everyone. I am the Journeyman Vader. I am a moderator on Kit's Discord and Twitch, and a streamer on Twitch myself. You can find me over on Kit's Discord, on Twitch at twitch.tv/journeymanvader, currently running every Sunday, or on Twitter at VaderSidious.
For my part, as ever, I am the sharp-eyed Kitsune, the teller of tales and the weaver of mysteries, the masked bard. This is the channel that is devoted to lore and storytelling, world-building, role-playing, and discussions of those things. So if that's to your fancy, you're in excellent company here, and I do hope that you enjoy your time with us. I stream every single day that my health permits me to do so, and we're rolling with advantage in 2021 and beyond, which is 2 chances to get a given stream. I'll be back tomorrow with a bit more of Final Fantasy XV's reshoot in the afternoon, and the conclusion of our September open dice night in the evening. Sir Squeaky is sponsoring a Fate-accelerated short story called The Right Stuffies. Stop by if you like tabletop role-playing games, or if you don't know if you like tabletop role-playing games. We'd love to have you. For now, I need to get out of here, but as always, it's time to leave you with these parting words. From myself, my keepers, and those joining me on the stage this evening, to all of you, the regulars, the followers, the newcomers, and the lurkers. Whether you're just having a seat by the fire or you've got a running tab at the bar, remember, there's always more stories to tell. And hopefully, I'll see you all next time as we find out what's happening beneath the crown of Fangs and a new chapter. Good night, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, and hope to see you again soon.